Go ahead and do an introduction. Tell us who you are first. Go right ahead and do that.
Okay, my name is Dr. Martin Marks. I'm a podiatrist by trade, and I go under the stage name of Dr. Footsie. I've been working with inner city youth for over 40 years against violence and drugs in the Los Angeles area, but I'm retired. And people used to say, hey, you do pretty good with your little cartoons. They were messages we were putting out for the youth against violence, drugs, alcohol, etc. And so I started just doodling around with no formal training. And I got into doing political, because just to see what's happening to our country, that we're really losing the freedoms. And I grew up coming originally out of New York City, and an ultra-liberal kid, went to school during the Haight-Ashbury time up in San Francisco. That's in the late 60s. And then opened up practice in the South Central Los Angeles in the Compton area. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's an inner city area. And as I was doodling around and getting pretty good with my artwork, and I'm never had any training in art, although I used to like to doodle all the time. I am now the staff cartoonist for this online conservative newspaper out of Virginia. It's called Virginia News Source. And so in the last year or so, a little over a year, he's published 128 of my cartoons. So I'm just having fun, and hopefully we can get a message. And I think the best way to get a message out to people is through art, whether it be on the media, on a billboard, et cetera, et cetera. And I think you have to make very serious subjects put in a humorous way, so people will maybe be able to, I don't know if the word is gravitate to it, but at least they can pick it. Oh! You can tell people till they're blue in the face of what's happening, and they just, if their mind is set in a certain way, they will just be closed-minded to it. I think people have got to come to their own realization, and hopefully they can come to it before we lose a great country. I mean, that's the quickest little background I can give you at this point, Mark, and that's, basically, if you ask me the questions, I'll come up with an answer.
Well, my first question for you, right on top, what inspired you to become an artist in the first place?
You say that again? What made me what?
Become a cartoon artist.
Because I always used to doodle for patients. I used to, telling them about how we can fix the foot. Just to make it a fun kind of atmosphere. I've been doing art since I was a little kid. Never had no formal training. And I developed a whole line of cartoon characters called the New Feet on the Street. Little foot cartoon with music and stories and self-taught on animation. I've written 9 short storybooks for kids against drugs, alcohol, tobacco, etc. And I enjoy it. And I got a line of cartoon characters called Polly Ticks. Nobody ever thought about making a cartoon character over a tick. I had to look up what a tick looked like. And, of course, the tick is the parasite, and that's a bloodsucker. And just like our politicians, they all have a tendency to want to, feed off us.